Hello and welcome to Rando Rob. Each week on Rando Rob, I'll be showing and discussing one item from my large collection of collections. New shows appear every Monday, and throughout the week, I'll be adding older episodes of Rando Rob that were previously only available to my Patreon subscribers. You can watch episodes of Rando Rob on YouTube at youtube.com/Rob O'Hara. Just look for the Rando Rob playlist. Audio versions of the show are available on my website at podcast.robohara.com or through iTunes. Just search for Rando Rob. Thanks for watching or listening, and I hope you enjoy this vintage episode of Rando Rob. As you can see up in the corner there, we have our old friend Jar Jar Binks, and that could only mean that I am probably going to show you a Jar Jar Binks related item from my collection of random things. Now, this is a fairly unique piece of the collection. I will say that as I have been going through the stuff, I have been paring down the collection a little bit, and a lot of the stuff I'm getting rid of are things from the prequel movies. I just don't have a sentimental attachment to them. So, I've got not necessarily action figures, but like play sets or things like that from the prequels. I'm just not that interested in. But this is something that I will keep as long as I have a Star Wars collection. And it is this item, which I remember thinking was weird, but not that weird. But the more you look at it and think about it, it is pretty weird. And this is the Star Wars Episode 1 Jar Jar Binks Monster Mouth Candy Tongue. Now, there is this thing on the back, but it seems like maybe this has melted, the tongue has melted to the top of the mouth, so I'm not going to mess with it too much. But originally, this piece moved in and out, and the tongue moved in and out a little bit, and the mouth would open and close. So I think it might have come out a little bit further than this, but the real takeaway was that the mouth, I don't even know that this mouth moves. I don't see any hinges on the mouth here, so maybe the mouth is always stationary. But I do remember that the tongue slides in and out a little bit. And so what you have here is a sucker, a type of candy. I mean, it's literally just like you are French kissing Jar Jar Binks. I mean, you're like, oh, man, I really like some candy. Well, like, who wants to do that? Who wants to eat Jar Jar Binks' mouth? When I saw this, I saw this like in a candy aisle, like as we were checking out a Walmart or something. When I saw this, I bought this and I thought, I'm never going to eat that. I'm going to go put that on a shelf. That is so weird. And so it has been, you can see that there's like a saran plastic around the tongue, and it has never been opened. It is still completely sealed, but maybe a little melty from being so old. You can kind of see in the bottom of his mouth, it almost looks like there's another tongue down it, like a painted tongue in the bottom of the mouth back there. But a couple of years ago, I got to go to Club Obi-Wan, which is the private Star Wars collection of Steve Sansweet. Steve Sansweet was a super Star Wars fan. He eventually became an employee of Lucasfilm, and so he has this giant it's Rancho Obi-Wan. I just said Club Obi-Wan, which is from Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, at the very beginning of Temple of Doom, when Indiana Jones is in the club where the guys poison him because they're trying to get the diamonds and all that. When he runs out, if you look at the neon sign, it says Club Obi-Wan. Anyway, no, this is Rancho Obi-Wan. And so you can make reservations and go there, and the four of us did, my family and I, and you could see the largest privately owned collection of Star Wars memorabilia. It is in a giant warehouse on his private property. And as we were going through the tour, that one of these days on a Wednesday night stream, I'll do a Star Wars game, and then I'll show pictures from Rancho Obi-Wan. But while we were there, he said there were so many rare and weird and unique Star Wars collectibles. And then one example he showed was this. He pulled this off his shelf and said they even had a candy where you could eat Jar Jar's tongue, and everybody went, "Ew!" And I went, "I got one of those." I literally have one of those. So, anyway, I'll never eat it. I don't know what to do with it. It doesn't need its own special display or anything, but it will go on those little shelves over there. That's where it came from today. And we'll just sit nestled there, and maybe someone who comes in the room will look through and then go, "What is that?" And then I'll get to tell this little story. Otherwise, I just get to tell it to you guys. So anyway, this is the Jar Jar Binks edible tongue. Again, I'm going to read the thing on here. It says Star Wars Episode 1, Jar Jar Binks, Monster Mouth, Candy Tongues. So tongues is plural, so it's possible that they made other ones of these. There's a Jar Jar one, Candy Tongues. But this is certainly the only one I ever owned. I did not make it a habit of buying other candy tongues to Jar Jar. It's weird. It feels weird. Anyway, so I don't have too many Jar Jar Binks collectibles, but this is one of them that I have and will keep for a long time. So thanks, everybody, and you'll be hearing from me, as always, later this week. Take it easy.